Okay, when you think of ancient Egypt, what's the first thing that pops into your head? The Great Pyramids, right? A true wonder of the world. But what if I told you the most important king in that whole story wasn't the one who built the biggest pyramid, but the one who built the system that made them all possible? Today, we're diving into the story of a forgotten founder, Sanakht.
I love this. It really sets the mood, doesn't it? We're going way back. Back to a time when that iconic Giza skyline was just empty desert. We're on the hunt for the spark, the one that ignited one of the greatest civilizations in human history. So let's do it. Let's travel back to a very, very different Egypt. Welcome to Section 1, A World Without Pyramids. We're about to explore the very beginning of an incredible new era. We're talking about the year 2686 BC, give or take. Egypt is just stepping into its third dynasty, and this is a huge moment, a pivotal new age. And the king who's believed to be at the helm, the man who kicks off this entire golden era, is a pharaoh named Sanakht. But here's where it gets a little weird, a little mysterious. For a king who supposedly started it all, I'm guessing you've probably never heard his name. Which brings us right to Section 2, the Phantom King. I mean, think about the legacy of a pharaoh like Khufu, right? You've got towering pyramids, lavish tombs, countless statues. Now compare that to Sanakht. What do we have? A few name carvings scattered around. No grand tomb that we're sure of. No pyramid whatsoever. He's practically a ghost in the historical record. So you have to ask, if he left so little behind, why on earth does he matter? Well, because his true legacy, it wasn't made of stone. It was something way more fundamental, way more important. Let's jump into Section 3, Architect of an Empire.
Okay, so here's the core idea. Sanakht's great project wasn't a building. It was the blueprint for the entire civilization to come. He's the one who unified the kingdom, who centralized all the power in one place. He built the administrative machine, the tax collection, the resource management, the labor organization, the whole system that made everything else possible.
And this sentence just nails it, doesn't it? He didn't build a pyramid. He built the political and economic system that was capable of building all of them. He was the architect of the capability itself. That's a total game changer. So, if his legacy was this big, invisible system, does that mean he left no physical trace at all? Not quite. In Section 4, we're going to go searching for the clues in the sand. First, though, a quick vocab lesson. We need to know about the mastaba. Think of it as a prototype pyramid. It's an early style of tomb, rectangular with sloping sides, kind of like a single-layer, flat-topped pyramid. This design is the direct ancestor of the famous monuments we all know. Now, way out in the desert, at a site called Beit Khalaf, archaeologists found a massive mastaba. And a lot of experts believe this could be Sanakht's long-lost tomb. If that's true, it places him right at this incredible turning point in history. He's the architectural bridge between the old style of burial and the grand new age of pyramid building. But that's not even the most incredible clue they found there. Get this. Inside the mastaba complex, they discovered the skeletal remains of a man who stood over 1.9 meters tall. Now let's put that in perspective. That's over 6 feet, 2 inches. In the ancient world, where the average man was much, much shorter, this was a true giant. Can you even imagine the sheer presence he must have had? A king whose physical size was just as imposing as his political power. He would have literally stood head and shoulders above his subjects. So how does this giant king, this phantom pharaoh, connect to the wonders that followed? Let's bring it all together in our final section, the legacy of the giant. You can just see the evolution unfold so clearly. It starts with Sanakht. He lays the foundation with a strong state and these massive mastaba tombs. Then his successor, Djoser, innovates on that foundation. He stacks mastabas on top of each other to create the world's very first step pyramid. And from there, the path leads directly to the apex, the Great Pyramid of Khufu. It's a clear line of progress, and Sanakht is the starting point. This quote really sums it all up perfectly. He wasn't the one who built the most famous monuments. His name isn't the one that echoed through eternity. But by creating the very possibility for those things to exist, he was perhaps the most important of them all. He was the first domino. So that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We all marvel at the finished product, the Great Pyramid, but we often forget that first stone laid for the foundation. Every incredible achievement, every empire has a first often forgotten step. So who are the other foundational figures in history?
the Sanakhts of their time, that we should all make an effort to remember.